All right, y'all. Welcome back. Post-game show. Man, Tennessee survived Starkville. What was the score? Like 41-34, something like that. I said pregame 45-30. That's what I thought was going to win by. But, this is the thing is that that was a tough game. I think that it says a lot about Tennessee. I have some notes, obviously, that we will be getting to, but y'all please do make sure to like and subscribe and just let us know. We got some echoes, things like that. I know that we're getting started a little bit later on. Obviously, we are outside, but we're just mixing things up, and we had a few technical difficulties. But that's just going to happen sometimes. But let me go ahead and pull this up real quick, man. Let me go ahead and pull up the actual box score from this game. Hopefully, y'all can see this pretty good. I know it's probably kind of small, but we'll actually go through most of this stuff. But P, do you have any just kind of opening thoughts about the way that Tennessee played out there today?
I mean, like you said, it wasn't pretty, but it's a good win. I thought we would be a little bit more dominant in this game, and it came down to the daggum wire. I mean, went to OT. It was a 4-quarter plus battle, but like you said, we found a way to win. Something that Heupel's been criticized for here in the past. This is a game I think a lot of people had to circle. I know we talked about it ad nauseum, talking about the struggles we've had at Mississippi State, going to their place, the cowbells, the whole deal. We knew it'd be a tough game, and for us to find a way to get the win, I think Joey was resilient.
Hold on 1 second, Pete. Sorry to cut you off, but we have a super chat from a very close friend of the channel, MG Way. Hey, listen, thank you for all that you do, because you're a member on everything that we do. And shouts out to everybody that's a member anywhere. Just shouts out to everybody that is watching us. But MG Way, thank you for this. Saying horrible, ugly win, but still a win. Hey, man, look, a win 100%. Is a win. That's all that matters. Thanks a lot, bro. And then I'm going to get to this one right here as well from Dwayne Mitchell saying that Arion Carter, her boy, playing like Al Wilson. I'm going to have to go back and watch the film, because I don't know if I necessarily saw that. I think that he stepped up in some critical moments. It says a lot about his heart, because we talked about a pregame that he had that turf toe. And P, you actually had one too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. And I still have it.
Yeah, yours is still hurting.
I had mine probably 2013 or probably 2011. And what we in 2025?
Yeah,
and I still have it to this day. So I mean, that does not. It's a nagging injury to this day. I still feel it. So hopefully he can get back to 100%. But I mean, I wouldn't count on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to take surgery for him. But that's the thing, is that he's going to have to deal with the pain probably, I guess, throughout the rest of the season, just for him to be able to help us out. Because if he does get the surgery, I don't know when he's going to be back. But that says a lot about AC. I'm not going to be too tough on him, just because I understand what he's dealing with. But with all that being said, P, I do want for you to finish your thoughts, and we will get right back to the chat here in just a second. But P,
yeah, man, I mean, I think it's a good win overall. As my summarize everything I'm thinking. I mean, it's a good win. That's a tough team. We talked about it coming into it. Hey, this team, looking at them on film, this is an impressive team. Defense, offense. I think had a good game plan. They did some things that gave us some trouble. We'll have to go back and watch the film to really see what they were doing, especially in the run game. They rushed for. I mean, last I looked at it, I think we were maybe in the third or fourth quarter. They had 198 yards. I mean, I know they finished over 200 yards. They ran the ball. Look,
here it is.
Here it is right here. What does that say?
180 yards. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the wide receiving stuff. So rushing, 198, 3.5 yards.
So we kept them from 200. So good job there. But, man, it felt like they could run at will. So, but it felt like we were able to get key stops in really critical moments. And I just really love the way the team was resilient. Like I said, Joey Aguilar, the offense, whether that's Hausley, whether that's Heupel, they called some timely plays to convert some third downs and keep the chains moving, keep the ball in our hands. I mean, that's why we're really clutch. Braswell had a really good game. So, I think overall, man, hey, we get to win. You can live with it. Things we need to clean up. And we told you guys, hey, listen, everyone wanted to crown us power play against Georgia. Team should have beat. We told you guys, hey, that's not a great team. I think Mississippi State probably gave us more fits than those guys gave us.
For sure.
And, we're lucky to get there with a win. But, hey, we'll take what we can get. Overall, pleased with the performance on the road for Coach Heupel and this team.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the better team did win. I mean, Mississippi State, they did some great things. I mean, Levy, he's a heck of a coach. I think that you got to kind of tip your cap to Coach Heupel for like his coaching tree now, because you got Coach Golish, who's down at South Florida. They're not going to be as talented as some of the teams that they've beaten so far, but they're playing very well. Same thing with Mississippi State. Obviously, they're more talented, but for them to be able to go toe-to-toe with us, even though they're playing at home, I think that speaks volumes about just kind of like the mindset of people that come from that hypo tree. But I do have some notes. Some of this stuff, just like everybody else, you say it whenever you are like in the heat of the moment and you get very angry. But I want for y'all to hear kind of like how I'm seeing things. So the first thing that I wrote down in my notes, and of course I'm looking at my phone for this, was that Boo needs to play. So is Boo part of the team or isn't he part of the team? All the other stuff, and I mean, look, I get it. People want to do like the kind of like high school stuff. To me, it's like rec league stuff. But it's like, oh, well, you got to do this. Dog, this is about winning. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that ever matters at the end of the day is wins and losses. I'm very happy that Tennessee found a way to win this game. I think that the game, back in Neyland versus Georgia, whenever we had to go to overtime, it taught us something. So we have grown. Having to do that on the road, I mean, yeah, I think that's a positive thing. But love Braylon Staley. I think that he made some good plays. But why is he like catching punts for us whenever that's Boo Carter's job?
Yeah, that's huge.
And I don't know if that's part of Boo being punished. I have no idea why. But to me, that just doesn't make any sense. That put us it started the game off with a really bad taste, right? Like the defense comes out, does a great job, and then we muff a punt, and things just are what they are. And I just think that the kind of like vibe of the whole game went off of that. Let's not do stupid stuff. Let's put the guys like if we have a guy that's supposed to be catching punts, then they need to be catching damn punts. And and this is me personally talking, Pete. I don't care what all they've missed. If they're not dismissed from the team, if they're still part of the team, and if they give us the best chance to win wherever, then they have to play. So that's number one for me. Number two, I said that I'm done with Max Gilbert. He misses a field goal. I don't even know exactly when that was, but understand where I'm coming from with how I'm saying this, right? I don't want to be overly critical of him, but playing football, and some of y'all who played, y'all know, or some of y'all who coach, y'all know, kickers don't do anything but kick. I don't think that they do any like working out. Did y'all see kickers?
So I mean, yeah, when we were there, but here's the deal. Our kicker when I was at Vandy,
oh yeah, his
name was Kerry Spear, and he was known. He was known for coming down the hill on kickoff and lighting guys up. But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. So when I was at Vandy, our specialists, our kicker, our long snapper, both of them. Well, long snapper for sure played in the league for a while. They were some of the hardest workers, lifting, conditioning, all that. They did all that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's true for everybody, but ours for sure. They were for sure a part of the team.
So ours didn't, and I don't think that most do. But this is my whole point is that even with that being said, if you're like, let's just say, if you're playing cornerback, you got to worry about runs. You have to worry about getting off blocks. You got to worry about different coverage.
Yeah,
you have to worry about a lot of different things. Kickers just freaking kick. You cannot be like a mental case, and if the game is on the line in some sort of a way, you're missing kicks. To me, that's a big problem. I don't know if we can find somebody right now, but I could tell you, I mean, this staff better be scouring the entire planet and trying to find somebody that is freaking cold-hearted, got ice water running through their veins. Yeah. Maybe not even a football player that doesn't care about any of that stuff. Like you need to check on all that because we need a good kicker.
Well, I would like to know, are they putting him in high pressure situations in practice?
I think that they are.
That's something that we did.
I've read that that's something that they do.
We did a lot at when I was at Vandy. Is we would have conditioning every day. So typically we'll say, just the base conditioning at the end of practice was like 5. We call them anchors, 5 anchors, which is basically running sideways across the field from sideline to sideline. Down and back is 1. We'd have like 4 or 5 of them, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have 4 or 5, kicker, he does his little operation. We have our little special teams period. Kicker's kicks from whatever yard line, and we'll move him back, whatever. Maybe he has a double or nothing from 50 plus yards, whatever.
Yep.
And they'd ask him, hey, Coach Franklin asked him, hey, you double or nothing? You want it? And he'd say, yeah, I want it.
Hey,
you
better say
and if he missed it, instead of 5 gassers or anchors, we had 10 of them.
Yep.
And so, if he goes and misses that, of course the team is pissed off at him. So, it was pressure from his teammates. And so every kick in practice, he was feeling that pressure. I wonder if Coach Hypo and his staff are doing something similar.
So the only thing that I have read is that they go and yell at him and clap at him and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that everyone probably does that, but it is different once you get into like a real game situation. You either got it or you don't, and that's just what it is. I really like Max Gilbert. I think I've never met him. I think he's probably a really good dude.
Good kid.
Hey, and I wish him well. But I want to win.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey,
like, I want to win.
We gave
when
you grace for blowing it against Georgia, but you go out here and miss another one. I mean, like you said, I'm about done with you.
So that's number 2 for me. All right, number 3 was that us not calling a timeout on the 4th and 1 going into half with 50 plus seconds left. I didn't understand that.
We did this similar thing at the end of the game, I think.
Yeah, and so I don't understand some of like the clock management stuff. Yeah. That's got to get fixed.
And that's been an issue.
That's been an issue
years.
Yes, I think since Coach Hobbs has been here.
Yeah.
What he needs is somebody on the sidelines with him. That is that dude that can. You're just there for one thing. Like I think he's got somebody that kind of like shadows him. I'm not sure what she does, but maybe she's the one who. Somebody's got to do it. That just says, "Hey, coach, we got to keep our foot on their throat, or we need to call a timeout, like so on and so forth."
Which I kind of get it. I mean, well, at least what I assume he's thinking is like you're trying to go tempo. Oh, okay, let's catch them off guard and maybe steal some yards.
I don't get that.
But I mean, we've done it for years. It hasn't really worked. I don't think we've really ever been successful doing it that way.
Yeah.
Call the timeout, conserve the time, and line up, run a play.
You know I mean, like you got to get yourself in the best play in those situations. Like time is extremely valuable. So I don't get it. I mean, obviously, I'm not coaching on that level, but I think that that's something that we need to be looking at. All right, so the next one for me is going to be the pass interference on Brazel on the touchdown that he scored in the 3rd quarter. That was horrible. That was piss poor horrible. Now, there was a pass interference that they called on number 1, Garden Brazel, I think, like on the first driver very early on in the game. That was horrible, too. So the SEC referees freaking suck. I mean, they're like by far the worst. It's not even close. Like, if you look at the ACC, in some of those games, they let the players play. Like, you don't really, and I also love the fact that, like, with the ACC, you get to listen to them if they're looking at a play. You get to hear how they're talking through things. Will the SEC ever do that? Probably not, because they're known cheaters. I don't think that there would be that, like, open with the, masses. But yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, we've got it. Those guys are horrible. Absolutely freaking horrible. And I mean that.
And I think something, I know Josh Pate kind of hints at it, and I don't know if he's ever said this explicitly, but something that they should do is they need to interview the refs after the game and let reporters and whoever ask questions about certain calls and what they saw and kind of, why they made the calls they made. I think that'd be great to get some more transparency into how those guys call the game.
Yeah. All right. So last one for me. All right. So this one, I said that I'm done with Miles Kitselman. Obviously, the 2 interceptions that Joey Aguilar threw. I think both of them hit Miles Kitselman right in his face, and it just bounced right off. I mean, dog, catch the freaking football, bro. Like, you're like 5th or 6th or 7th year senior. You got to catch the damn ball. I mean, like, you cannot let that happen twice. It almost cost us the game. Whereas Mississippi State, like, you can't do that. I mean, come on, dude. Like, that is just inexcusable. Let me just take it down. That's because, like, it pisses me off so much.
You're right. I mean, listen, I'm done with him too, because to me, he does a decent job blocking. But I mean, I don't know if what he does is like you would say leaps and bounds better than anybody else.
It's not world beating. He's gonna have to get his head up out of his ass sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, I like the fact of all like the leadership stuff, but that just goes back to what I'm saying is that like none of that stuff really matters to me. Can you play or not? Can you play or not? Will y'all show up on Saturdays to help us win or not? That's period, point blank. That's the bottom line. I don't care about however many years senior. I don't care about however young or whatever freshman. I could not care less. We are here to win. If you're not going to help us win, if you're not going to make plays whenever it counts in crunch time, this is just me. If I was coaching, I would not be playing you. I just wouldn't. Yeah. And plus, I think that guys like Brame and Jack, I think that it might give us more from a pass catching standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to Ole Miss. They've got a tight end with over 200 yards catching this year so far. I don't know what Miles Kitselman has, but I'm sure that it's not there. You know what I'm saying? And we're not really using our tight ends that much to catch the football. So I'm just saying, yeah, he did come back. Like, I think maybe like on the final drive, and he did make a catch. But I mean, dog, like I don't want to be patting people on the back for making catches. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a ball that hits you right in your chest, that's what you're supposed to do. Like that's same thing that I said about the kicker, right? Like I'm not going to get onto a kicker, even though tight ends are actually do way more. But even still, it's like, dog, just catch the damn football.
Yeah,
like catch the damn football. Like the lights can't be too bright for you. You're way too old for it. But Either way, let me get back to let me go ahead and get back to these stats. I want to go through this some, and then we're gonna get back to the chat. Okay, so just gonna go through this very, very briefly. I think that Tennessee, man, passing the football 40 times, way too many passes in this game. We couldn't really get our running game going. We actually ran for 4.1 yards per carry. My magic number P was 5 yards per carry. We fell short of that. We only ran it 32 times, 31 yards. And then you look at what Mississippi State did, where I talked about 198 yards, 3.5 yards per 3.5 yards per carry, 57 freaking rushes. That is a lot. They only threw it 29 times. They only threw one pick, where I talked about the 2 picks that we threw. I think that the offensive line, we gave up 2 sacks, I think, today. A couple of things. I had to go back and watch it on the film and see exactly what happened there. David Sanders came in once J.C. Perry went down. I think that he played well. We need for David Sanders to get his butt back out there, okay? Obviously, if you're injured, you just can't play, but we need him out there. Put J.C. Perry at right guard, move Wendell Moy to left guard, help out our center. I think that the offensive line goes back to what it was supposed to be. But now we see how things look with teams in the SEC with a real pass rush. Georgia really is not a team with a true pass rush. They get their pressure from blitzing. Their guys up front, they're not real pass rushers. Like, that's not what they do. So, I mean, things might have felt good so far. But to me, I mean, having 2 sacks in this game, that's not going to cut it. I think that the wide receivers, we had some drops. Got to do better there. Mike actually led us today. Brazel had a great game.
Brazel's a guy.
Yeah, but Brazel's made himself a lot of money.
Yeah, he's a guy.
Staley, he kind of struggled some, but he was able to kind of finish stronger. So that's always positive. As far as the defense goes, I think we finished the game with 5 sacks. Should have had more than that, but super proud of those guys. Tyree West flashed a lot. Arion Carter with 17 tackles. Didn't realize that he had that many of them, but so I mean, he only had 6 solo.
We were critical of him in game. I know somebody said Al Wilson.
Yeah,
we saw him miss a lot.
6 solo. Yeah. So that is a little bit of a different thing.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're gonna go back. We're gonna watch the film. Like I said, super proud of him for playing through that turf toe. But man, oh man, our linebackers have to take gigantic leaps forward. Our run defense needs to take gigantic leaps forward. Now, versus this sort of an offensive system, tough. It's very tough. We struggled the most versus Mississippi State last year. We talked about it. But, this is the thing now is that, I think that moving forward, like Alabama, we match up very well versus Bama.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be able to run the ball as well on a styles make fights. But, I mean, that's pretty much it for me, P.
I mean, the defense – I mean, I know our dad was seeing something. I'm not sure exactly what he was seeing, but about the run game, they were gasless in the first half. And I think we did adjust. Second half, it wasn't quite as bad. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing. It sounded like they were hitting us maybe outside zone or something.
Man, they was killing us with the outside zone and with the inside zone. But let me get to this real quick, y'all. So Chatsworth, thank you so much, bro, for this super chat. Saying the nerve shot, but so happy. Some bucks for y'all. Go Vols. Hey man, listen, appreciate y'all so much. We're gonna go ahead and play this for you. Thanks a lot for that, bro. All right, P. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just felt like I saw. So just from what I can see live, because I'm not very good at seeing it live. I gotta go back and watch it. But just live, it felt like maybe the ends, the strong side D ends, maybe, or maybe the Leos, whoever it was. It seemed like we were giving up the edge. I know several times the corner. I mean, you think of this level. I know my son's 9 years old. At our age group, the biggest thing we work on is our corners keeping contained. Yeah, it seemed like at the collegiate level for us today, our corners were losing contained too. Now, obviously, it gets outside the edge. It gets outside the DN, the backer, maybe the nickel, the star, whatever. But it's getting outside the corner some too. So, and we saw that I think week 1 against Syracuse. Mm-hmm. These guys are hitting the edge on us. So that's something we have got to correct and got to fix. I do think Banks and staff, I think they did adjust some at the half because it didn't sound like they were gassing us as much. In the second half, they were still gassing us, but I don't think they were hitting the outside as much. But that's something we got to pick up on. I think Joshua Josephs. I think the Leos in general, Caleb Herring. I think even Jordan Ross flashed. I don't think he gets up on the stat sheet, but he flashed, caused some things. Tyree Weathersby. I think we were when we needed the most, that pass rush really showed up. What was that when Tyree West got that fumble? What was that happened? Something happened, and it extended the drive or something. Tyree West, boom, next play, causes a fumble. Joshua Joseph picks up, takes the house for 6. Like, we were very clutch. We talked about some of these guys, Kitselman, Staley, some of those other guys, missed some things early. But at the very most critical moments at the end of the game, Staley made a couple catches, Kitts made some catches. Guys made catches when it counted. Joey made some throws. He missed some throws. And that's something, too, I'll talk about Joey real quick is say, hey, listen, Joey, you talk about the sacks, go 2 sacks. You hate it. You absolutely hate it. We told you guys, hey, I was much more impressed with these guys' pass rush than I was Georgia's pass rush.
Yeah.
Okay, much more impressed. They just play way harder, in my opinion. But there's a lot of times Joey is getting out of sacks that probably would have been sacks. So like you said, I want to go see the film and see what the heck are they doing to get pressure, where guys getting beat, or they're just tricking us with some of the pressures, or whatever. I want to see what that looked like. But Joey, he really, he's a magician back there. He did a lot of things. Like, he continues to wow me every single week. Just looking at his App State film and just what we saw coming to it preseason. He just continues to exceed my expectations just with how he manipulates the pocket, can make throws while he's getting tackled, getting hit. Yep. He's an absolute gamer. So, we got to continue to get better. But, man, overall, just please the guys Starkville with the win in that.
Yeah, it was not our cleanest game by far. But the biggest thing is always just about winning, man. Like, you just got to win. All right, so let me get to some of these chats. I'm going to try to fly through most of these. All right, so this one is saying that Vols in the W column, that's all that matters. This one saying is that we had at least 14 points left on the field. Suspect calls, drop passes, bad coaching at the end, cowbells, Aguilar is a straight-up G. Those are all facts. This one saying that Arion got 18 tackles. He was all over the field. Yep, we just kind of looked at that. MG Way saying that we gifted them field goal position all day. Yeah, we gave them a lot of – and, hey, man, that's going to happen sometimes in games. You just got to find ways to win. I'm going to always say that because that's all that matters. So Travis saying a horrible PI call on Hood, horrible offensive pass interference call on Brazel. Yep. Kisselman's second pop-up was clear PI as the dude hugged his arm. If we can come away with the win after that, good sign. Yeah, it's always tough to win on the road in this league. Pete can tell y'all that firsthand. Smart move by Hypo, saving the 2 timeouts for next week. That's how that works, right? I guess so. It seems like that must be what the game plan was because I have no idea. So the refs were bad all day. No more cupcakes and non-conference games a year coming to 2026. Yeah, man. I think that Tennessee, man, we're growing as the players are growing. I think that the staff is growing. So Tennessee's going to be fine moving forward. All right, this was saying that we tried our best to give this game away. We sure did. All right, let's come on down. Every big-time player that we have, we heard their names. Okay, yeah. Yep,
people showed up when it mattered.
Yeah,
they did.
For sure. I was screaming at Hyper for his clock management. Yep, for sure. All right, never take your foot off the pedal. Hypo did. Yes, he most definitely did. This was saying that Boo muffed last week, so he changed this week. If I had to guess to his mindset, really needed to stop running swing passes early. Something else too, man. Our freaking running backs, I don't know why they can't catch the daggum cold all of a sudden. No, man, calm down and catch the freaking football. It's too much thinking going on. Just play ball. Yeah. But yeah, and to the point about Boo muffing the punt last week. Listen, you're gonna muff some, right? But you would much rather the guy who's supposed to be back there, like the guy who say this is the guy. You rather them muff it than put somebody else out there and then they muff it. Then you got to second guess the whole deal.
And I'll say this too about punt returning. If you guys haven't returned a punt, it is one of these single hardest things.
Very difficult.
If you ever played baseball, you played an outfield, you field a fly ball, it's different because
way different than that.
A baseball is a perfect circle.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You have a glove on.
So you can see the trajectory.
Nobody's coming to hit you.
The ball comes off the bat, and if you can read it good enough, I can get right where it's going and boom, right there. But the football, with the way it's shaped, an oblong shaped ball, the way the ball moves, it moves, it's that's why you see guys having a hard time. It's not easy at all, and so you put a guy back there, Brandon State, you haven't seen do it in the game. We've seen him, I think we saw him against but it is not a position you put guys with little experience. It is a tough job to do.
Yeah. So next one, saying it's fine if you get down to their 5-yard line. Then you can burn it. That's exactly right. Get into scoring range, well within scoring range first, and then do that. definitely feel that. Yeah, we got to make the kicks. There's no question. So this one saying the MVP of the game, Mississippi State's quarterback ribcage for not breaking somebody. Man, he took some big time shot. Hey, he's tough guy. You know, they have a tough team, a tough team just like Tennessee. So that's just Levy. And this was saying that yeah, for sure. All right, so soccer team, we need to be going on over there trying to find some guys. I would love to go get a 5-star kicker. I mean, that's a real weapon. If you find a guy that can consistently kick from 55 plus, I think that they're worth about $500,000.
Yeah, go get an Adam Vinatieri. Like, can we find a freaking stud that just doesn't miss? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jeff Hall type guy.
Something that we need to find for sure. I don't think that Tennessee has that. I don't really want to leave the game in the kicker's hands. It should never be part of our game plan. We need to try to put up points from like scoring a different way, not from the kicker. That should never be. You know, I'm sitting here sweating whenever he's kicking field goals, kicking extra points.
And that's why sometimes quiet's kept. Like whenever the opposing team can maybe score and make you have to score a touchdown, sometimes that puts you in a better situation because you're not playing for the field goal.
Yeah.
I think that's one of Heupel's issues. He plays, hey, we'll take the 3. If we can win the game, we'll take the 3. Always play for the touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. All right, so we're going to try to breeze through here. So Kevin is saying, does Heupel get a pass for that horrible time management with the dub? I'm not giving him a pass for that just because, I mean, you know, that's Mississippi State. I mean, and look, I'm not one of those people, and we talked about this whole week. We've talked about it for such a long time. I don't look at the logo on the side of people's helmets. I watch the film. I find out how do they match up with their scheme and so on and so forth versus us. But even still, that's Mississippi State. You know, they're a lot less talented than Tennessee is. No. Excuse me, you don't get no passes for. I mean, it's good that we won, but no, I ain't giving that. He's gonna do better. To me, he needs to do better with his clock management for sure. All right, so yeah, for sure, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, I would love to see, especially like penalties and stuff. I wish that we could go back and take a look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Turberville, he's got a big leg, but he has no accuracy. Well, shoot, I mean, that's something that we can work on. You know what I mean? Like we need to be working on that. Okay, so they're saying that his arm was grabbed. Okay, maybe I have to go back and watch that, you know. But I did want to try to get to, you know, as many of these as we possibly could. I'm not going to be able to get to probably too many more of these, but thank y'all so much for, you know, joining us tonight. And we're going to be back, or at least I'm going to be back tomorrow after my nephew's game. But appreciate it so much. Y'all please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And we will be talking to y'all tomorrow. Thanks. Peace. Thanks for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because that keeps us growing inside of the YouTube algorithm. And if you did like this video, here's another one that you might also enjoy. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.